Imagine being paid $1.5 million to watch people sort mail. Not deliver mail, not process mail, just watch it. Sound absurd? Well, that's exactly what your Department of Education was paying for until today. Doge investigators have uncovered what can only be described as a festival of waste in our education system, with nearly $1 billion in questionable contracts terminated in a single day. But here's the real story. This is not just about wasteful spending. It's about a systematic effort to use your tax dollars to fund what appears to be a massive ideological operation. And while Doge exposes how the education system ages poorly, let's talk about not aging at all. Just as they're finding bloated, inefficient programs draining taxpayer resources, I found that most anti-aging products are draining your wallet without results. That's why I trust this multi-collagen formula. Think about it. Doge terminated 89 wasteful contracts today, but you only need one effective solution for looking younger. Visit healthwithgary.com and get 51% off. Unlike those wasteful government programs, this is one investment that actually delivers results. All right, folks, what is going on in D.C.? Holy cow, the Oval Office is erupting. Elon Musk just showed up. Donald Trump Jr. posting, OMG, it's so bad what's happening to our country and your money. Musk says there are over 150 years old. There's people over 150 years old collecting Social Security. Over 150 years old? Wow.
There's crazy things like, just cursory examination of Social Security, and we've got people in there that are 150 years old. Now, do you know anyone who's 150? I don't. Okay. They should be on the Guinness Book of World Records. They're missing out. That's a case where, I think they're probably dead. It's my guess. Or they should be very famous. One of the two.
Oh, boy, it's not over yet. He said, talking about $50 million worth of condoms being sent to Mozambique.
Fact check this.
Serious money.
Mr. Musk, you said on X that an example of the fraud that you have cited was $50 million of condoms was sent to Gaza. But after fact check this, apparently Gaza in Mozambique, and the program was to protect them against HIV. So can you correct the statements? It wasn't sent to Hamas, actually. It was sent to Mozambique, which makes sense why condoms was sent there.
Yeah.
And how can we make sure that all the statements that you said were correct, so we can trust what you say?
Well, first of all, some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be corrected. So nobody's going to bat 1,000. I mean, we will make mistakes, but we'll act quickly to correct any mistakes. I'm not sure we should be sending $50 million worth of condoms to anywhere, frankly. I'm not sure that's something Americans would be really excited about. And that is really an enormous number of condoms, if you think about it. But if it went to Mozambique instead of Gaza, I'm like, okay, that's not as bad, but still, why are we doing that?
Yeah, exactly. Why are we sending $50 million worth of condoms anywhere? Oh, you got the country wrong. Will you correct your statement? Yeah, I'll correct my statement. Sometimes I get things wrong. But we shouldn't be sending 50 million. How many condoms is that? Oh, my goodness. Elon Musk, check this out, 46 minutes ago. Elon Musk says there's a literal limestone mine where they store all the U.S. government's retirement paperwork. It was built in 1950, and they need to go up and down every time they want to retire someone from federal government. Are you serious? What?
A great anecdote. One of the things is we are trying to sort of right-size the federal bureaucracy, just make sure that this obviously there needs to be a lot of people working for the federal government, but not as many as currently. So we're saying, let's if people can retire, with full benefits and everything, that would be good. They can retire, get their retirement payments, everything. And then we were told, this is actually I think a great anecdote, because we were told the most number of people that could retire possibly in a month is 10,000. And we're like, well, why is that? Well, because all the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It's manually calculated, then written down on a piece of paper. Then it goes down a mine. And what do you mean a mine? yeah, there's a limestone mine where we store all the retirement paperwork. And you look at a picture of this mine. We'll post some pictures afterwards. And this mine looks like something out of the 50s because it was started in 1955. So it looks like it's like a time warp. And then the speed, the limiting factor is the speed at which the mine shaft elevator can move determines how many people can retire from the federal government. And the elevator breaks down sometimes, and then nobody can retire. Doesn't that sound crazy? There's like 1,000 people that work on this. So I think if we take those people and say, like, you know what, instead of working in a mine shaft and carrying manila envelopes to, boxes in a mine shaft, you could do practically anything else, and you would add to the goods and services of the United States in a more useful way.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! We're living in the craziest times. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Yeah. A limestone mine shaft. Holy cow. Yeah. Oh, and we got this. Elon Musk, otherwise known as Hairy Balls, to be the first to land hairy balls on Mars. Yeah, he changed his name on X. Here's Enememes, one of our favorite follows on X, posting the hairy balls landing on Mars. Of course, this is a graphical artist interpretation, otherwise known as AI. But this is not AI. This is actually, this was Elon Musk's account. Hairy balls. Circumcisions at a discount, now 69% off. Yeah, okay. This guy's hilarious. Elon Musk, we have more. Announced in the Oval Office that Doge is investigating federal employees with high net worth despite low pay. Many, many corrupt feds are sweating right now, including Fauci's cronies. This is from Nick Sortor. This is a photograph of Elon there. Okay, this is all happening just within the last hour. Elon Musk, if the bureaucracy is in charge, then what meaning does democracy actually have?
And so at a high level, if you say what is the goal of Doge, and I think a significant part of the presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? Well, if you don't have a feedback loop, FAX, we would have to. If you sorry. So I tell you, gravitas can be difficult sometimes. If there's not a good feedback loop from the people to the government, and if you have rule of the bureaucrat, if the bureaucracy is in charge, and then what meaning does democracy actually have? If the people cannot vote and have their will be decided by their elected representatives in the form of the president and the Senate and the House, then we don't live in a democracy, we live in a bureaucracy. So it's incredibly important that we close that feedback loop, we fix that feedback loop, and that the public's elected representatives, the President, the House, and the Senate, decide what happens, as opposed to a large, unelected bureaucracy. This is not to say that there are good people who are in the federal bureaucracy, but you can't have an autonomous federal bureaucracy. You have to have one that is responsive to the people. That's the whole point of a democracy. And if you looked at this, if you asked the founders today and said, what do you think of the way things have turned out? Well, we have this unelected, fourth unconstitutional branch of government, which is the bureaucracy, which has, in a lot of ways, currently more power than any elected representative. And this is not something that people want, and it does not match the will of the people. So it's just something we've got to fix. And then we've also got to address the deficit. So we've got a $2 trillion deficit, and if we don't do something about this deficit, the country's going bankrupt. I mean, it's really astounding that the interest payments alone on the national debt exceed the Defense Department budget. which is shocking because we spend a lot of money on defense. But and if that just keeps going, we're essentially going to bankrupt the country. So what I really want to say is, like, it's not optional for us to reduce the federal expenses. It's essential. It's essential for America to remain solvent as a country, and it's essential for America to have the resources necessary to provide things to its citizens and not simply be servicing vast amounts of debt.
Wow. We are living in amazing times. The world's richest man standing in the Oval Office, assisting President Trump on getting this country back on track. Here he is, smacking down a reporter over claims he's doing a hostile takeover of government.
The Senate? Are people normally this quiet?
Your detractors, Mr. Musk.
I have to what?
Including a lot of Democrats.
I have detractors?
You do, sir.
I don't believe it.
Say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way. What's your response to that criticism?
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The public voted. We have a majority of the public voting for President Trump. We won the House. We won the Senate. The people voted for major government reform. There should be no doubt about that. That was on the campaign. The president spoke about that at every rally. The people voted for major government reform, and that's what people are going to get. They're going to.
Yeah, and we're getting it. And the left is melting down. The deep state is melting down. The entrenched bureaucrats are melting down. We have a mandate from the people. And that's what he is executing. It's no secret. I mean, we covered the entire campaign. Okay, we were talking about Doge before President Trump was even elected. Okay, they were talking about it on the campaign trail at MAGA rally after MAGA rally that Elon Musk would show up at. So it's not a secret. Nobody should be surprised by any of this. And then we have this. We found this. Here's video of Maxine Waters in her natural environment. Yes, this is just in. It was just leaked. Somebody just sent us this video. Of course, it's an AI-generated video of Maxine Waters from Enememes. Yes, making another. Oh my goodness! How creepy is this? Oh my goodness, yeah, but that pretty much sums it up. Maxine Waters, because she can't handle it that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are cleaning house in Washington, D.C. Yes, the swamp is up in arms. President Trump also announcing that FEMA is under investigation and should be terminated. FEMA spent tens of millions of dollars in Democrat areas disobeying orders with the left, but left the people of North Carolina high and dry. It's now under review and investigation. The Biden-run FEMA has been a disaster. FEMA should be terminated. Terminated. FEMA should be terminated. It's been slow and totally ineffective. Individual states should handle storms, etc., as they come. Big savings, far more efficient. Oh, and speaking of people losing their mind, we have Democrat Representative Maxine Dexter.
You have to. I've been told I have 30 seconds, so I am going to tell you that we do have to. I don't swear in public very well, but we have to fuck Trump. Please don't tell my children that I just did that.
Well, guess what? Now you're internet famous, honey. I don't even know who you are, but I personally don't believe that Donald Trump would partake in such an action. And speaking of hairy balls, CNN was forced to report. This is the most epic troll in American history.
Democracy disruptor-in-chief Elon Musk, who apparently has adopted the alias, at least he changed his social media handle to Hairy Balls, tweeted this morning, "Democracy in America is being destroyed by judicial coup. An activist judge is not a real judge." And as for the commander-in-chief, disruptor-in-chief,
can we hear her say that again?
Elon Musk, who apparently has adopted the alias, at least he changed his social media handle to Hairy Balls.
Oh my goodness. All right, then we got this. President Trump confirming his goal is to abolish the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Mr. President, regarding the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Democrats, including Elizabeth Warren, have said that by freezing it, it's giving big banks and giant corporations the green light to scam families.
Pocahontas is the faker. That was set up to destroy people. She used that as her little personal agency to go around and destroy people. And she's a fake. Just like she said she was an Indian, and she wasn't an Indian. You have more Indian blood in you than she has. She went to college based on the fact that she was an Indian. She got jobs based on the fact that she was an Indian. She's a fake. That was set up to destroy some very good people, and it worked. I mean, it worked. A lot of great people. I'll tell you, before I ever heard the term, people would come up to me in the Midwest and areas that say, "Sir, I'm being destroyed by them." They use that to destroy people. She's a nasty woman. She's a really nasty woman, despite her phony beer commercial. We did the right thing. That was a very important thing to get rid of.
Remember the phony beer commercial where she's like sipping a beer when she's on the campaign trail in her kitchen? Oh, man. Okay, we are not done yet. All this stuff is just breaking as we're going live. Okay, speaking of the swamp creatures, here's Maxine Waters in her real element. This is real now. Freaking out about Elon Musk. Oh, my. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Listen to what she says.
We're doing. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this crowd. Elon Musk, where are you? Bring your ass over here so you can see who's here and what we're doing. We're not afraid of you. We know that you are the co-president now of the United States of America. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to follow very closely what he's doing and how he has done it. First of all, we're here at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. What is it? This is so important. Prior to this being organized in the Dodd-Frank reforms, consumers didn't have any place to really file complaints. They didn't have anywhere to go when the biggest banks in America was ripping them off. The student loans were being undermined. They didn't have any place to go. Why does Elon Musk want to get rid of all of this? Because he's a thief. He's a gangster. He brings his billionaire friends along with him because they think that they can take over this country. And Trump has said, you give me enough money, you can have it.
Yeah, sure. James Brown called. He wants his wing back. And then we've got, oh my goodness, we haven't even got to the point yet. Holy cow. Here we have Caroline Leavitt doubling down even more. This was 20 hours ago. George Beasley, President Trump and Elon Musk and our entire administration are going to continue to go line by line. Yeah, baby,
and what do we act? President Trump and Elon Musk and our entire administration are going to continue to go line by line and treat this federal government like a business. Money in, money out. And what do we actually need to spend money on to advance America's interests? That is our goal here. That's all that's happening. Anything else is fear-mongering by the left because they don't have a real message and they're deranged. There's no other way to put it.
Deranged, fear-mongering, that's what we get from the left. Here we have this, the Jackson Report 16 hours ago. New Start 2024 on X, Camus. USAID has funneled $4 billion to Gavi, connected to Bill Gates, plus another $800 million, while the World Health Organization received $700 million. Trump's funding freeze sends Gates into a media frenzy, claiming millions could die. Yeah, he said that on The View. And here we have, oh boy, oh, whoa. Jail time? Oh, please make it so. Eric Trump talks jail for USAID reckless spending. He's saying what all of us are thinking. Doge must follow the money trail and find out who, what, when, where, and why for all questionable spending, including, well, let's listen.
To jail for some of Honestly, I'm a business guy. I understand this world very, very well. I want them to follow that money, right? Because it's more than, again, the shrimp dancing on the treadmill. It's more than the $50 million for the condoms to Gaza. I want them to follow those purchase orders and actually see if any of those products actually got delivered, right? People need to go to jail for some of this reckless spending. It's insane. When you honestly, I'm a business guy.
Oh yeah,
I understand
baby,
this
let's
world
go. Send them all to jail. Do not pass go, and do not collect $200. Okay, let's see. We've got some more. This is from Laura Ingraham, and she's quoting Senator Mike Lee talking about these judges who are trying to block Trump.
Spending. Judge John J. McConnell handed it down after 22 blue states just were up in arms that funding hadn't been restored. Of course, they went for the sympathy play, citing HIV services in the Congo and a public health grant to Namibia. Now, McConnell had ruled previously that the Trump team had overstepped its executive authority by halting the monies. But if one judge, is going to have the power to stop the Trump cleanup crew in its tracks, don't you think we should know a little bit more about him?
You know, first of all, why are they freaking out? I thought this was just like a 90-day pause. Isn't that what this was really about? We're going to pause this, we're going to review stuff for 90 days, and then we're going to cut the fat. And now you got judges freaking out. So who is this judge?
And yeah, it's as bad as you would imagine. McConnell once served as treasurer of the Rhode Island Democratic State Committee, and he donated more than $100K to liberal Democrats, including to Biden, to Hillary, to the DNC, and a really hefty chunk of cash to the Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee. The list goes on and on. So again, this is an unbiased jurist. This is someone who has the power, can keep scrolling, guys, have the power to do what? To issue a nationwide injunction and stop a duly elected president from doing.
Okay, so where is Senator Mike Lee? Let's listen.
Having lost in the court of public opinion, having lost elections, they're now going to try their hand at litigating and at picking off a few liberal one-off judges here and there in order to slow the process down. But make no mistake, Laura, we're all going to win. The right side of this is going to prevail. This is just a matter of delay, but we need to keep this delay as brief as possible.
Well, the other issue here, I think, for a lot of Americans are very confused about how a single district court judge in a forum like the First Circuit, which covers a lot of these New England states, can actually grind a president's agenda to a halt. And who ultimately would put an end to this? Would the Supreme Court ultimately rule on this? Unlikely would probably get a law, be able to get a law through Congress, I don't know, ending these national injunctions. But this has got to stop. This is insanity.
Look, one would hope, Laura, when these orders first started coming out a few days ago, I immediately commented on X on my base Mike Lee account that it's probably a moment like this when you go and you seek an extraordinary writ of mandamus. This is a way of stopping abusive action by a district judge midstream. Now, the Court of Appeals could do that. If necessary, they could seek what's called certiorari before judgment to get the whole case expedited in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. And I hope and expect that Pam Bondi and her team of lawyers at the Department of Justice will consider all these options, because these judges are out of line. They don't have the authority to go in and commandeer the presidency and undo the election of November 2024.
The people have spoken, and we want answers. 4 FEMA employees, check this out. 4 FEMA employees who sent $59 million to luxury hotels. Remember that report we did? They have now been fired. This is according to DHS, Fox reporting.
For hotels for migrants in New York City, we have not announced it yet, so we have it first. There's going to be firings, the names are going to be out, and let's bring in New York Congressman Mike Lower. Congressman, your thought about that move?
Well, it's long overdue, frankly. These funds have been misappropriated going back to the Biden administration. And New York City, a sanctuary city, has been wasting billions of dollars of taxpayer money, billions with a B, to provide free housing, clothing, food, education, and health care to illegal immigrants, including criminal aliens that are here illegally. And so, you know, I applaud, frankly, DHS for taking action to stop these payments under President Trump's leadership, because we have incentivized cities like New York and states like New York, a sanctuary state, to allow this to continue. And
well, it's not going to continue anymore. Holy cow, we have more. Here is, yeah, check this out. Representative Kwesi Mfume calls for a street fight to stop Trump.
Fight. This will be a congressional fight, a constitutional fight, a legal fight, and on days like this, a street fight. Yes, we will stand. This will be a...
Yeah, until they start burning buildings down. Democrats, this is Proud Elephant 8 hours ago, insane. Democrats say they are planning on impeaching Elon Musk. Oh, man. And this is Jamie Raskin, Ratskin.
Does not like the idea that a guy who would not even be constitutionally eligible to run for president is acting as president, a guy who, if he were president, would be impeached immediately because he's taking billions of dollars in foreign government emoluments from all over the world. And some people have actually been talking about impeaching President Elon Musk right now, you know, on the theory that he's usurped the powers of the presidency. So,
you know, he hasn't usurped anything at all. He's simply executing his mandate that was handed down from President Trump, and President Trump executing the mandate that he was handed from the American people. So you guys can scream and cry and take your street fights, and you can curse outside of the Department of Education or wherever you're at today. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change, because this is our turn and we're going to clean it up. Here is more.
To say Elon Musk, I'm here to tell you about Elon Musk, a man of dignity, a man of truth, a man of honor, who has done a lot for this country and the people of this USA. He's a kind soul, a gentle giant, and he loves America. And I want to tell you that the media is a disgrace. They're disgusting. They turn things around. They try to destroy and cause havoc. This, my friends, is a dangerous compare to say Elon Musk is Hitler. I come here to bring you truths, that God is my witness, that Elon Musk is being targeted for no reason, and this false propaganda will stop now.
Amen.
There have been many people who put their arms up. We, the people, must stand up for our truth. And remember that the media and the left tried to destroy President Trump and now Elon Musk. But this won't happen because Elon's goodwill for the Jews and for the United States of America will be stronger than this evil. Elon is humble, and he will stand with America and help make this nation stronger with his knowledge and his love. Elon, we love you. God bless.
I love John Voight, man. John Voight gets it right. Here we have people who, you know, don't get it right. We have Elizabeth Warren, Marley Nafal, 6 hours ago. Elizabeth Warren, do not make the Fed an accomplice. Chair Powell, the next 18 months may define your legacy and the country's trust in the Fed as an institution. Oh, really?
To shudder. Chair Powell, the next 18 months may define your legacy and the country's trust in the Fed as an institution. I expect that you will work with Democrats and Republicans in Congress if Doge's next move is to try to commandeer the Fed's payment system.
Oh, make it so. Make it so. Yeah, see, they're terrified because the Fed is their secret weapon.
I also expect that you will not join the conspiracy to shutter the CFPB. Unlike the Treasury payment instructions, you can see if the CFPB's funding requests have been manipulated. I understand that some extremists have a different view about what the law ought to be. But under the law right now, impoundment is clearly illegal. Do not make the Federal Reserve an accomplice to this illegal act and forever sully the reputation of the Fed.
Sully the reputation of the Fed? Yeah, sure. Okay, well, we already know about the reputation of the Fed. Speaker Mike Johnson met with Elon Musk, and more bombshell findings are coming. Oh, we ain't done yet, baby.
I met with Elon yesterday about this to get an update, and to me, it's very exciting what they're able to do, because what Elon and the Doge effort is doing right now is what Congress has been unable to do in recent years, because the agencies have hidden some of this from us. You know, there's a lot of oversight activity that goes on around here all the time, you all know, but when duly elected representatives of the people request information to find all of these abuses and it's not turned over to us, what it takes is an actual audit of the systems and the files themselves that are often hidden from Congress. That's what you're seeing right now. And that's why this is so exciting. They're uncovering things that we have known intuitively have been there, but we couldn't prove it. Now the proof is being provided, and no one can argue the counter to that. So stay tuned. There's a lot more to come. And I think that the courts should take a step back and allow these processes to play out. What we're doing is good and right for the American people. What Doge is doing is making sure that your taxpayer dollars, all of us, are spent in the way that they're intended to be spent, and that they're in America's interest, and they're financially responsible with the precious taxpayers' money. We have a $36 trillion federal debt, and we have got to get a hold of these things. You're going to see it reflected in the reconciliation package that comes forward. You're going to see it reflected in appropriations as we go forward, and you're going to see it in these efforts to cut the waste, fraud, and abuse. And we think the final number on that is going to be substantial and a game changer in Washington for the country.
Game changers all around here. What else have we got? Okay, where was that clip? Defiant Owls, I love how she called him out. This is the Pierce Morgan show.
It's there. It's all documented. It's all transparent. And you all hid it.
No, it was transparent until it was taken off of the website, Mercedes. Like, you guys took it down, and then now you're making shit up.
Oh, you think that's your conspiracy theory, really, Mike?
One of the reasons why
Look, they Kamala Harris off the website, and they're claiming they spent $500 million.
Okay, let me bring in Sage. Let me bring in Sage. Sage.
One of the reasons why Kamala Harris / Joe
I met her at Mar-a-Lago. Oh, cool.
Biden / the Democrats, the whole movement lost is because of the lack of transparency, Mike, and I think you know that. You couldn't even be honest about the mental acuity of the commander-in-chief. Everybody knows what was going on the entire time. I spoke to the man, interviewed him 3 months after he was inaugurated in 2021, and he couldn't finish his sentences then in the commercial break leading up to it. And this is not a personal attack. It is devastating, and you couldn't even be honest about that. The transparency is everything. One thing I think I learned about Donald Trump over the last few years is since he lost the election in 2020, what did he say on Joe Rogan? He came out and he was honest. He's like, here, yeah, 100%. 100%. That's 4 years ago. If you want to, don't distract. That's my opinion. Let me continue. He went on Joe Rogan and he talked about the fact that he learned a lot, and maybe in that first term he should have taken a little bit more time. And some of his picks weren't the best picks, and was too loyal and did things for too much, for too long, all of the things. He actually admitted it and acknowledged where mistakes had been made and how this time he had another plan if elected. And sure enough, you got to go back to 2015 and 16. And
we are watching it all play out in real time. Elon Musk posting this 15 hours ago. Your tax dollars were spent on forest gender consulting. Today, the Department of Agriculture terminated 18 contracts for a total of $9 million, including contracts for Central American Gender Assessment Consultant Services. What is that? Brazil Forest and Gender Consult Services and the Women in Forest Carbon Initiative Mentorship Program. What does that even mean? Okay, FEMA. Here we have more. FEMA firing employees over $59 million spending on luxury hotels. Oh, and here's the Department of Government Efficiency 6 hours ago fixed The gender identity section has been deleted. This is the Veterans Benefit and Healthcare website. Personal information, as you see, we scroll up. There it is. There's this section on gender identity. This is before and now after. It is gone. Yeah, only 2 genders. Here we have Tesla owners of Silicon Valley posting this 14 hours. X played a pivotal role, not just in the election, but in keeping the country alive. Here he is talking with Tucker Carlson, Elon and Tucker.
The one, yeah.
X, from my perspective, played a pivotal role, not just in this election, but in keeping the country alive.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, X is, I think, the one place where you can find out the truth.
Yes.
And
the only place.
Yeah.
So how much pressure, to the extent you can say, has there been on you to shut it down or to censor it?
Well, I mean, apart from the multiple Democrats saying that I should go, they want to put me in jail, take away all government contracts from my companies, nationalize my companies, deport me as an illegal, and have me arrested because I'm apparently Putin's best friend. Nothing besides those things.
So you saw what Rachel Maddow sort of casually, who's the single most popular media figure on the left.
Yeah.
For the record, say, just sort of casually, well, Elon Musk will obviously need to be separated from his companies. You know, he can't be a government, he can't hold government contracts going forward. Like, how do you respond to that?
Rachel Maddow is a crazy person. You know, she's just a frothing at the mouth, crazy fascist, basically. Dressed as sort of pretending to be a liberal, but she's just really like I can't imagine imagine if she was in charge, actually in a position of political power, what a nightmare that would be.
Well, many would die.
Oh, man, Tucker with the win there. Also today, here it is. The Department of Education terminated 89 contracts worth $881 million. One contractor was paid $1.5 million to observe mailing and clerical operations at a mail center. Department of Government Efficiency posting this 22 hours ago. They were quote tweeting themselves. Today, the Department of Education terminated 29 DEI training grants totaling $101 million. One sought to train teachers to help students understand, interrogate the complex histories involved in oppression, and help students recognize areas of privilege and power on an individual and collective basis. Well, those contracts are over. President Trump has a lot of respect for Elon Musk. That's why he is right there, front and center. Here is now, this is 7 hours ago. This is, I believe, now the moment that DHS fired those individuals for circumventing Donald Trump.
New York City to take. Hey, Bill, well, we have some breaking news this morning. The Department of Homeland Security confirms that it has fired 4 workers for circumventing leadership and facilitating a $59 million payment from FEMA to New York City to take care of and house illegal migrants at hotels like the Row Hotel, where we are in New York City this morning. Now, the FEMA administrator confirms that those payments have already been suspended, and he thanked Doge workers for exposing this. Now, Elon Musk was the first one to reveal it in a post on X, posting, quote, "Sending this money violated the law and is in gross insubordination to the president's executive order. That money is meant for American disaster relief and instead is being spent on high-end hotels for illegals." A spokesperson for DHS confirmed the firings with Fox News this morning and reiterated Secretary Kristi Noem's claims that FEMA can't exist in the way that it currently does. Hey, Bill, well, we have some breaking news.
Breaking news. We got some people out of a job. Investigate and defund FEMA. President Trump is doing just that. He posted this on his Truth Social account. We just covered that. CNN. Okay, we have Dan Bongino on Elon Musk's name change to Harry Balls.
Here is Elon Musk, who now goes by Harry Balze. Some of you will get that, by the way. Harry Balze. It's kind of like, by the way, the McGroin crew out there, I would be disappointed if you can imagine. Hold on, keep that on the screen. If there is not a Big Balls McGroin yet, there is. Oh, if there isn't, forget it. McGroins, we're going to have to divorce. I'm sorry. Is there a Big Balls McGroin? Someone please point it out in the chat. Because if there isn't, there better be one quick. Anita's not here today. Speak the Truth is out there, but there's got to be a Big Balls McGraw. So we've got Harry Balls, otherwise known as Elon Musk. You know what's crazy? I'm not messing with you guys. I actually, for a second, even though they told me this, got a little confused there. I'm like, who the hell's Harry Balls? Even though before the show, I'm like, dude, I just want to warn you, Elon changed this thing.
Yeah, you know what? So as I'm scrolling X today, I kept seeing Harry Balls show up. I'm like, I don't follow Harry Balls. And I didn't I was just like scrolling. So I just kept seeing like Harry Balls everywhere. And then I looked closer and I saw that it was Elon Musk's name next to Harry Balls. And I said, holy cow, did he really just change his name to Harry Balls? And yeah, he did. Let's see, did he change it back? Oh, he did change it back. It's all clean now. Elon Musk, this is his page on X. It has now been changed back. Elon Musk. And he dropped the whole circumcision bit as well. Oh, my goodness.
Cut it this way.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we have, here is our boy, Elijah Schaefer, reporting on the Doge team.
The Doge
reporting for the Vigilant Fox.
Team discovers that FEMA spent $59 million last week on luxury hotels for illegals in New York, violating the current law. Musk vows to recoup the funds. Jim Hoff reports. Elon Musk reported early Monday morning that FEMA sent $59 million. Let me repeat that. $59 million just last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal immigrants. Now, according to Musk, sending this money to these high-end hotels violated the law. This directly interferes with President Trump's executive order.
And that's exactly why they got fired. Here is 6 hours ago, Nick Sortor. Breaking news, Democrat Representative Ayanna Pressley gives me the death stare after I ask her about FEMA's spending on illegals.
Congressman, what do you have to say about the fact that FEMA just spent $59 million housing illegal immigrants while people in Western North Carolina lived in tents for the past 4 months? What do you have to say about that? Do you accept that?
Hang on a second. Wait, what's going on here? Look at this. She looks like a Sith Lord. I mean, I'm waiting for her to pull out a red lightsaber and just, strike down at Nick Sortor on the streets of New York. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's like that Klaus Schwab photograph, the one that's floating around where he's like wearing this crazy cloak. Anyway, Sith Lord Ayanna Pressley.
People in Western North Carolina lived in tents for the past 4 months. What do you have to say about that? Do you accept that? Do you accept that? Do you accept the fact that because Doge exposed that today, it sounds like you have a big problem with the fact that Doge. I'm not blocking her. I'm not blocking. Excuse me. We're gonna make a little. Are you okay with that? Do you condemn the fact that Doge exposed FEMA for sending $59 million to house illegal immigrants today?
Excuse me, sir.
Do you condone that?
Excuse me, sir.
I don't know who
I don't know who. I tell you what. I don't know who you are. Let's go. You're in the way.
I'm not in the way.
You are in the way.
Okay, then get out of my way. Oh, what's that? What's that look? What's that look?
You see that look?
Who you are?
You see that look? Where it is? Here, wait. Where is it? Oh, there it is. The Sith stare. Oh, man. Wow. Folks, we are living in extraordinary times right now. Elizabeth Warren's narrative fall apart in under 2 minutes during today's Federal Reserve hearing. Here's more from that. Okay, here's the Chief Financial Officer, Mary Comins, fired for illegally funding migrant luxury hotels in New York City against the orders of President Trump. Yep, there she is right there. That's the one who got fired. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, we played that clip of Elizabeth Warren, but is there more here?
An unlimited get-out-of-jail-free card by forcing the CFPB not to do its job. President Trump, Elon Musk, and the author of Project 2025, Russ Vogt, are giving Wall Street banks an unlimited get-out-of-jail-free card so they can cheat working families, even while community banks continue to play by the rules. You know, for any Americans who have money deposited at JP Morgan or Wells Fargo or any other of the giant banks, they should now know that there is no one on the job to make sure that those banks are not scamming you.
The suggestion that the ranking member has made here is that the big banks can now scam individuals right now. Any change in the laws regarding how they're supposed to be treating the individual consumers out there or anything along that line?
Law changes? No, I'm not aware of any.
Any
law
changes, any rules that they would have to follow?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are they still audited, and do they still have the regulators in watching all of their businesses just as they did before?
Well, they'd have all the regulators except for the CFPB.
Very good.
If in fact, in the hypothetical, the CFPB weren't carrying that out.
Anything else you'd like to add before we move on?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, so CFPB could go away and there would still be regulators, but I think we still need to have the Fed completely gone. Oh, wait, what did she say here?
The alias, at least he changed his social media handle to Harry Balls.
Oh, my God. Here's Representative Jim Jordan taking them all to task as well. Wait, we have more. USAID staffers showed up for work today to Washington headquarters and were immediately turned away after the Trump administration stripped the agency of its lease. The judge ordered they keep their jobs so Trump takes their workplace. God, we're living in amazing times. I can't even believe this is happening. I'm not overreacting. I am so excited to see this stuff happening. Okay, what are you going to say, Jim?
Government exactly, Mr. Chairman. Instead of stopping the stupid spending, Democrats attack the guy who's exposing it.
Yep.
I think the taxpayers of this country would just as soon we stop spending their money on dumb things. Like what was the example from USAID? Some transgender comic in Ireland spending money on Bert and Ernie and Big Bird on Baghdad TV. I think they would prefer we not do that. Elon Musk is exposing in the federal government exactly what he exposed at Twitter when he purchased Twitter. What did we find out there? Big government was pressuring big tech to censor Americans. You don't have to take my word for it. We had the Twitter files. Oh, and we also had someone else in big tech send a letter to this committee and tell us exactly what they were doing. Mark Zuckerberg said the Biden administration was pressuring us to censor. We did it. We're sorry. We won't do it again. Told the whole world that in a letter to this committee. So Elon Musk is now doing that for the federal government. We think that's a good thing. And to understand the fundamental difference the left has with us conservatives. Democrats believe it is the career elected bureaucrats who are supposed to run the country. We don't think that's the way it's supposed to work. We actually think it's the people who put their name on a ballot who get elected by we the people who make the decisions. And the guy who got 77 million votes on November 5th says he wants Elon Musk working for him, the elected member who heads the executive branch working for him, every bit as much as the federal employees, the people in Treasury who are supposed to have all the answers, or in USAID who've been the career officials, working for him to expose stupid things our government is spending money on. And the Democrats are going to attack that guy? Go ahead. Go right ahead. But we know the real consequences of having this administrative state, these bureaucrats run things. We got two witnesses here who've lived it. Miss Wade and Mr. Smith. They're here to tell about how that had impacted their business. So I appreciate the chairman having this hearing. This is exactly the kind of hearing we have to have. And I appreciate the work the president and his team are doing to expose the stupid things bureaucrats spend the hard-earned money of the people we get the privilege of representing.
Yeah, baby, buckle up. Harry Balls is on the case. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's keep going. One of the FEMA officials who was just fired for insubordination was FEMA Chief Financial Officer Mary Comins. She also worked in the government bureaucracy during Trump's first term. How many more rats will we find subverting the will of the people? Well, as long as Harry Balls is on the case. you can guarantee that we will find out. All right. What we have witnessed today, okay? $881 million in terminated contracts, including $1.5 million just to watch mail sorting. Another $101 million in ideological training grants. Speaker Mike Johnson meeting with Elon Musk and confirming that what Doge is doing right now is what Congress has been unable to do in recent years because the agencies have hidden this from us. I mean, Rand Paul, with his annual Festivus report, has been trying to tell us this for years. And now the curtain is coming back. Now, they're not just finding waste, they're exposing a deliberate system of bureaucratic bloat and ideological programming, all funded by your money. So here's the question nobody in Washington wants to answer. If Doge found almost $1 billion in waste at the Department of Education in just one day, how many billions are being wasted across all federal agencies, and who is really profiting from this system? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And show your support for government accountability with our MAGAvengers gear featuring Elon Musk and Ron Paul. Right there on that t-shirt. You grab one. MAGAvengers hat. Yes, that is the team in Washington at Doge, of course. The Next News Network hat. No, over here. Sorry. Grab one of those, put it on, and show the world you stand with real news.